Are Liverpool now title favourites, having opened up a 5-point lead after just 5 matches played in the new season? That's the biggest lead in Premier League history. And Stevie, a chance for them to obviously steam ahead in the coming weeks. But let's take a look at what the bookies make of the early season going. It's still Manchester City leading the way. You think they got it right?
No. Usually you can go by what the bookies say. They're very, very rarely wrong. But how can you be so wrong on this one? Not only are Liverpool 5 points clear after 5 games only, but Manchester City, who, no question, this is a 2-horse race, defensively are in a complete and utter shambles. How can you possibly then turn around and think the Man City are favourites? It's just impossible, in my opinion, to come up with that. And I would love for somebody at the bookmakers to try and explain to me what reason that they've got Manchester City as favourites.
They do say that, well, complacency can be the mother of all failures. You've played in sides as good as this, when they've basically been unbeaten, been trouncing the opponents. You open up a 5-point lead, you start with 5 wins. How much self-belief does that give you, as early as it is, to be able to maintain it for the rest of the campaign?
I think for Liverpool right now, it's not really about that. I think what will keep them going is the fact that they haven't won the Premier League for 30 years. Once you've got that in your back pocket, it becomes a different motivation. It becomes a different way of getting it done. So for Liverpool to be 5 points clear this easy, there is no possible way they're going to feel like that, because they know that they've won nothing. They know that the Premier League is the holy grail, and if Klopp has got any brains, which we know he has, he will be reminding them every single time they pull that jersey on that regardless of where we are in the league, regardless of how many points we are ahead, we have to keep producing what we are in order to become legends, because that's what will happen to this team if they win the Premier League. So I find it incredible that anybody could think that Liverpool will become complacent at any stage during this Premier League season.
And of course, they've been in a situation where they've had a points advantage over Manchester City previously, and it didn't end up well, so they can learn from that experience, this group of players. Taking a look at the fixtures that they have in front of them, the first big test for them this season would appear to be Chelsea in the next game. But after that, Sheffield United, Leicester, Manchester United and Tottenham, 2 further big tests, another 5 games in. If they do what they've done in the opening 5 games here, they must be looking back at that and saying, you know what, no one can take this away from us.
And again, I'll tell you what they won't be doing. They won't be looking at a fixture list and see who's coming up. This is absolutely Liverpool at its best. It is one game at a time. And regardless of the opposition, they will have blinkers on. Right now, Liverpool and Klopp, certainly Klopp's got his team in a position where it's not about the opposition. It's about how the opposition going to stop us, regardless of the name on the jersey or the colour of it. Because Liverpool in such a position that everybody has to take a step back, and they're taking a step forward. That's an incredible position to be in as a footballer. When you know before the whistle goes for the start of the game, the opposition are scared already. And that's what it's like for teams that step on the field with Liverpool right now. They're scared of them.
And that's going to be a really big test for the young kids at Chelsea, isn't it? And it's a build test of Liverpool's character. If they do a professional job against Chelsea, it tells you where all of the signs are pointing.
Yeah, and you talk about a test for Chelsea. I think Liverpool right now, if you look at the table, 5 wins out of 5, that looks incredible. That looks as though they're impregnable. Well, they're not actually, because defensively, I think they can be better. I think they've gotten away with some situations in all 5 games that they've played so far. And if any team can ask a question going forward, it's Chelsea. You know, with the young players, with the exuberance, they will be absolutely champing at the bit to get after Liverpool's back line. So that really will be the test for Liverpool in this game. Liverpool's going to score goals, no question. If that back line performs the way it should, then this should be I don't like to see this, but I can see this being a comfortable victory.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.